Because if it goes live, it goes live. Until then, we're going to keep going. So, I've done this on the hockey side before, so.
No, you're fine. The mic is still live.
Back we are for the second half here in Waterbury at Municipal Stadium. Eagles will go left to right as we start the third quarter. The Lions, who will receive the ball, will go right to left. 16-12. We apologize for some of the video and audio difficulties we are having here this afternoon in Waterbury, working hard to get those fixed. Our crack engineering staff working hard behind the scenes on a hot day here in the booth. 80 degrees as we start the second half with a heat index of 89. A cloudy day, but the sun's peeking through, and I can tell you it's hot on that field, out a good 10 to 15 degrees to what we just said it was. And we are ready for the second half. It's all quiet as Christian Sheehan approaches the ball. Kicking to Dunbar and Terrell. Ball gets popped up short, caught by number 43, Jefferson Brantis Deska, who will go for about 10 yards off the reception on the kickoff. Ran more yards, but 10 yards nonetheless, and that'll give the Lions first and 10 at the 41-yard line, their own 41-yard line, to start the first drive of the third quarter. Among the difficulties is I don't have any up-to-the-minute stats at the moment, other than knowing that Malachi Langley has 2 touchdowns in this game from Isaiah Freeman. First and 10, Freeman back to pass right here to the aforementioned Langley. Langley catches the ball, tries to get to the outside. He gains about 8 before being pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A gain of officially 7 makes it 2nd and 3 for the Lions at the 47-yard line. Start of the second half, Lions lead 16-12. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, snap. Back to Freeman, who hands it off right up the middle, and taken down short of the first down marker is Amir Gerald. Tackled nicely by Andre Blank, junior defensive lineman from Franklin Square, New York. And 3rd and 2 for the Lions. Just shy of midfield, the Eagles with an opportunity to get off the field, trailing by 4 on a first drive. I formation as they bring the big boy fullback in. Snap, hand to the big boy fullback, and he will get the first down. There's a nice little breeze comes over the field for the first time in a couple of hours. They moved the flags a little bit, but that's a first down on a handoff to London Thomas, the fullback from Waldorf, Maryland. And a 1st and 10 at the Eagle 49 as the Lions get a first down on their opening possession. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left. Number 20, I believe, is in. 20. Oh, that's still 23. I'm sorry. Back to pass is Freeman. Freeman with some time, but now being pressured. No penalty on the potential hold. Throws it up, and it is caught by number 6, Demir Triplett, who has been playing on the sidelines the whole game. Makes another attempt. This time he gets the catch for 3 yards. So nice job by Freeman to avoid the sack and get the 3 yards. And it is 2nd and 7. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, 2 on the far side. Snap to Freeman, goes far side quickly. Dropped, though, by Malachi Langley, who would have had some space. Probably his worst play of the day as he dropped that ball. Creating a 3rd and 7 from the 47-yard line. 12:41 to go in the third quarter, the opening drive of the third quarter. Brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all Post degree programs, to visit campus or apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Snap to Freeman on 3rd and 7. He steps up in the pocket, looks to run. Veers to the right, gets to the line, throws it all the way over here for, is that Malachi Langley? It is, who makes the catch at the 32-yard line, a gain of 17. And Langley bucking for that second straight CIAA Wide Receiver of the Week award. Makes another catch, first down at the 32. There we go. 1st and 10 at the 32. 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right. I formation. Fakes the handoff, does Freeman. He's back in the pocket. There's a deep down the middle to a... He had Langley wide open, but a miscommunication, I guess, on where Langley was going to go. But Langley was wide open in the middle of the field in the end zone. He had a good 3 yards on any of the defenders, and Freeman threw it to the left. So a miscommunication there, or Langley would have had his 3rd touchdown of the game. Break for the Eagles, and it's 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. Langley, far side left, all alone for the moment. 2 receivers on the short side right. Gerald to Freeman's left in the offside, and everybody jumps on a hard count by Freeman. But let's see if somebody else moves first. They're going to call it. See who they're calling it on. Nobody's moved. They're going to call it on the Eagles, who look like they jumped, but they want to make sure nobody jumped ahead of them. The Eagles did jump, so that goes from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 5. Now on the 28-yard line. Second and 5 from the 28-yard line. 16-12 Lions as they drive. Handoff to Gerald, who makes a veer to the left. Takes a big hit, still stands up now. Multiple hits knock Gerald down. And a first down run by Gerald gives the Lions 1st and 10. At the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 as the Lions enter the red zone. First and 10. Snap to Freeman, fakes the handoff to number 20. A flag goes flying. I don't know if that's offsides or illegal formation. But Freeman on the quarterback keeper gains about 9 yards. Well, let's see who the flag is on. And it's a legal formation on the Lions. That'll push them back 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 15 at the 24-yard line. Again, apologize for some of the audio and video issues. We have been having a little bit of an issue here for the opening day. Always seems to happen at the worst possible times. But thank you for sticking with us, and thank you for joining us here on the CACC Network and on YouTube.com at Go Post Eagles. 11:10 to go in the third quarter, 16-12. Lincoln driving, but a penalty has led to 1st and 15. Trips left, 1 wide receiver to the right, number 20, who we don't have any name on, in the pistol right. Fake handoff to 20. Then gives it back to the returning 84, who gets crushed. And 84 is Hunter Terrell, who got crushed on a big hit by Amir Johnson, the junior offensive outside linebacker from Neptune, New Jersey. Came up big for a no gain. And now 2nd and 15 as that play. I read that play, so good on Johnson reading it himself, and that's 2nd and 15. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Fake to jet sweep. Now they do a reverse. A reverse wide receiver pass to Freeman, who's wide open, and catches the ball for a 10-yard gain. So a lot of razzle-dazzle for a 10-yard gain. It was Tyshawn Young Lovelace who ended up with the ball, a sophomore tight end out of Brooklyn, New York, on the reverse. Looked like a jet sweep, became a reverse, and then Tyshawn Young Lovelace became a quarterback and completed his first pass for 10 yards to Freeman, who made his first reception. And now it's 3rd and 5 from the 14-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. In receivers goes 20, he throws it over the middle. A nice defensive play, good timing, perfect timing by 31 Noriano Smith. Freshman defensive back out of East Brunswick, New Jersey. He broke up the throw over the middle. It would have been enough for a first down, but instead, on the breakup, it's now 4th down. And a field goal attempt try for the Lions as Andre Jandayan comes out for his 2nd field goal attempt of the season and 2nd of the game. This will be a 30-yard attempt for Jandayan. His first was 29. Snap. And they have a chance to return it. They get it at the 15-20, 25-30, goes up the right sideline, 40, 45-50. He's still alive at the 40, 30, 25-20, 15. He's still up, 10-5, touchdown Eagles! What a block and what a run by Emmanuel Higgins, the freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, and the Eagles blocked an extra point in the first half, block a field goal attempt and a 95-yard return by Emmanuel Higgins, breaking tackles left and right, and the Eagles take the lead. It's 18-16, a gigantic play by the Eagles. And now the Eagles have an 18-16 lead and should be going for an extra point, though there's some confusion as to what they need to do with the play clock running down to 5. I think they're going to have to take, they've reset the play clock. A break for the Eagles with 9:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles take a lead. It's 18-16. Extra point to come. Snap, spot, kick, up, good. 19-16 Eagles on a 95-yard blocked field goal return by Emmanuel Higgins, the freshman out of Baltimore, Maryland. And these are the kind of breaks the Eagles lacked last year and lacked last week. And here they are leading 19-16. And special teams has been a problem for the Lions all day, from the opening possession where they had a snap go over the punter's head, which led to a blocked punt and a safety, to a blocked extra point, to a touchdown that they had on a kick return that got called back from a hold, and now a blocked 30-yard field goal. I don't know who got the block, but I know Higgins got the return of 95 yards, and the Eagles have a 19-16 lead in the 3rd quarter, and this is something the Eagles haven't had in a while, so maybe a little bit of momentum here can keep them going. They lead 19-16. Looking to break their 11-game losing streak and get their first win in Division II history. But a long way to go in this one. Let's stress that up front. 19-16, Eagles lead. Sheehan will kick the ball off from the 35. Terrell and Dunbar back to receive. As we await the kick. Eagles fans up, having a good time. Kick is high up in the air. It'll be taken by Terrell at the 12. Terrell goes to the middle, 15, 20, 25. He's up the middle. He broke through the screen. 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 40, 35. He's finally taking the ball. Puts it in the air. The Eagles get it. Oh, my goodness. Was he out of bounds or did he fumble it? Let's see. Let's see what the call is. Was he out of bounds or was that a fumble? They're going to say he was out of bounds, and now that's a break for the Lions. Looked like he was going out of bounds, and all of a sudden the ball popped up in the air on the far side of the field. It's hard to see where his feet actually were, but the Eagles recovered that ball that popped up in the air, but they're calling him out of bounds after a great run and return by Hunter Terrell. So the Lions have the ball. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line off an incredible return after the Eagles blocked a 95-yard after the Eagles blocked a field goal and returned it for 95 yards. Again, special teams has been a roller coaster for the Lions today. Again, a great play, almost fumbled away. They had a return for a touchdown in the first half called back for a hold. They've had a field goal blocked. They've had an extra point blocked. They've had a punt blocked. The trifecta. Unfortunately, we don't have access to all the great stats, but I would love to know the last time a field goal, a punt, and a extra point were all blocked in the same game by the same team. That's got to be something. Only thing missing is a kickoff return and a punt return for a touchdown at this point. But 1st and 10. Handoff to number 81 on the jet sweep. He goes around the far side and gets about 9 yards before he's taken down. And 81 is Sean McCullough, sophomore wide receiver out of Upper Derby, Pennsylvania. He's on for one of the first times today. He takes the handoff for about, they're going to give him 8, down to the 23-yard line, 2nd and 2. As also in the game is Jayon Carter, freshman running back out of Penns Groves, New Jersey. He's playing running back in a pistol next to Freeman. He's handed off to him this time. He goes right through the defensive line and gains about 7 down to the 10. So a good response by the Lions off the blocked field goal return for touchdown as they drive right back into Eagle territory. And again, the Eagle defense has been on for a long time now, the initial drive, and now this Eagle offense hasn't even played yet in this half. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left, including Malachi Langley. Snap, handoff again to 22, gets 1 to 2 yards, and that's Jayon Carter, who will give him 2 officially. 2nd down and 8. The Lions can get a first down at the 2 as they are at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 8. Trips left, single receiver to the right. This time I think the offensive line moved, but let's see. Let's see, all the officials are going to get together. They're not they want to see who's calling what. I thought the offensive line moved this time. Might have been the right tackle, I think number 78, Dante Anglin, but let's see. Let's see what they're going to call. All the officials are huddling up. Still talking, nobody's moving. But several officials talking to each other. Let's see what the call is. They're going to call offsides on the Eagles, which takes this from 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 3. With 7:50 remaining in the third quarter, the Eagles lead 19-16 on a blocked field goal and 95-yard return by Emmanuel Higgins. 2nd and 2. As the fans in attendance start shouting defense. Fans were a little down in this game when it was 16-5, but the Eagles have clawed back for a 19-16 lead. I formation, actually, no, this is a almost like a wishbone formation. Handoff to the back, up the middle, and he is in as number 20, who we don't have a name for, and that's a touchdown as he went off tackle on the wishbone formation, and he scores. And a siren going off. But that is a touchdown for the Lions, who regain the lead 22-19 on a 5-yard run by number 20. And again, we apologize for not having number 20. They're going to go for 2 because I think they've learned that kicking field goals and extra points has been a struggle. So they're going to go for 2. One receiver right, twins to the left, back to pass is Freeman. It goes to the right side and it bounces, so no good. So the 2-point conversion is no good, and that's what the Eagles special teams has done today. Again, it might be a subset of what the Lions special teams have done today, struggling mightily. Again, a blocked punt, a blocked field goal, and a blocked extra point. So they go for 2, up 3, versus trying to extend the lead to 4. And it's 22 to 19.
They know.
So 22-19. 22-19 as the Eagles trail by 3 after gaining the lead, but now an opportunity for their offense to get on the field for the first time in the second half. It's been all Lions in the second half with the ball. They drove down, had the field goal block. And then the Lions get the ball back on the kickoff and then drive right down the field and score. So what the Eagles' offense needs is to keep the ball for a little while, give the defense an opportunity to rest. Again, because of some of our technical difficulties, I don't have time of possession, but I'm going to gather time of possession is heavily in the Lions' favor. Jandayan to kick off from the 35. Colin and Tracy back on the 10. And Collins had a couple of good returns in a row, so let's see what type of kick he does. And he does another kick to Tracy, who's going to take it at the 15. Far side, 15, 20, 25, cuts to the middle, gets around a blocker, gets around a defender, and gets taken down at the 30. Tackled down by 43, Jefferson Brentes Deska, the freshman linebacker out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So an exciting 8 minutes to start the third quarter. But the Eagle offense now on the field for the first time in the third quarter. Trailing by 3, 22-19. Burkett, who threw his first career touchdown on his last pass, has 2 receivers left, one to the right, and Emmanuel next to him in the pistol. Fakes the handoff, goes up the middle, does Burkett. He's going to get about 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7. No, they're going to give him 4. 2nd and 7 to the 30. 2nd and 6 at the 35. Burkett has been a lot more aggressive with the ball in his hands today, running the ball. You know, doesn't gain a ton of yards. Doesn't have the kind of speed as Brogan McGovern did last year, but you get 3, 4, 5 yards of the crack. That's going to help. 2nd and 6. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Emmanuel behind Burkett in the offset pistol. Back to pass. With time. Throws. Picked off. Right down the middle was Dunbar, who took the ball. He's at the 10-5 touchdown. Ronte Dunbar on an interception. That's the 2nd interception of the game for Burkett, who looked left, threw left, and Dunbar stepped in the way and had a 40-yard return for a touchdown. And what was 19-16 Eagles a short time ago is now 28-19 Lions, with 6:33 remaining in the third quarter. So still a lot of time. And probably going for 2 again are the Lions. This is more of an opportunity to go for 2 than the last time. Didn't make much sense, but now they're going to go for 2 here again with an opportunity to go from 9 to 11. So Freeman out there, trips left, 1 receiver right. Wouldn't surprise me if they try to get that ball into that solo receiver to the right. And then in the backfield is 22, Carter. Quick short pass screen to Malachi Langley, and he's in for the 2-point conversion, and that was way too easy. Langley took a step back. Freeman took a step back. He threw it to Langley, walked in from 4 yards out for when he caught the ball. And the Eagles now trail 30-19 with 6:24 to go in the third quarter. Eagles down 11. They were up 3 a short time ago, and the Lions just marched down the field, and Malachi Langley well on his way to CIAA Player of the Week. Although throw in Ronte Dunbar, who's played really well on defense. He's had a couple of good opportunities with the ball on special teams. And now a pick 6 off the throw by Burkett. So just like we were about a minute ago, Tracy and Colin back, and the kick coming from Jandayan. Eagles now trail 30-19. Ball kicked heavily right to Colin. That seems to be where the ball is going. Colin takes it at the 15-20, 25-30. Makes a veer and a spinorama and gets taken down, took a hit, and then got up and got another couple yards to the 38-yard line, where the Eagles will take the ball 1st and 10. Second offensive possession for the Eagles here in the second half. Last one lasted 2 plays prior to the pick 6 by Ronte Dunbar. And Eagles 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. And no different than a minute ago. The Eagles need some sustained offense here. They trail by 11 now. They were up 3 a few minutes ago. Now it's down 11. 1st and 10. Receivers on either side. Fakes the handoff. Burkett rolls out. Throws a ball in the air dangerously. And if he didn't get tipped by 47 Morgan, Eric Best was going for another pick 6. Eric Best was waiting for the ball, and Morgan jumped up in the air and tipped it away from Best. So a break for the Eagles, because that was another pick 6 coming if aggressively. And again, you can't blame Morgan for being aggressive on that ball, but if he had just let it go, it was a duck right to Eric Best. So a break for the Eagles, 2nd and 10. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right, and the offset pistol, Emmanuel behind him. Snaps back to Burkett, who looks to pass. Holds, rolls out of the pocket, gets away from another defender, rolls back into the middle, gets it 2 feet, throws it, and it's caught by Tracy. Tracy at the 35, taken down, it was the 45-40, and then down to the 37-yard line. Josh Tracy with a nice catch. Good job by Burkett this time to roll out, roll back. He got chased, but planted both feet and then threw a ball to the wide open Tracy, who made the catch, and the Eagles into Lions territory with 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Receivers to either side, and Emmanuel next to Burkett. Emmanuel gets the ball. He tries to go off tackle. He gets there. 40, 35, 30. Falls down and gets taken down to the 25. He was tripping and then fell down and taken down by Eric Best at the 25-yard line. And it was just 2 plays ago where Best had an interception in his hands but tipped away by his own player. And see how the momentum and the play change as the Eagles now driving. They're at the 25-yard line of the Lions with 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Eagles go trips left far side, one receiver on the near side. It's time to Burkett's right. Snap to Burkett, looks to pass, looks right, goes to the left on a screen to Tillery, who bobbled it, and I'm not sure if he dropped it or just fell on a knee. Either way, it was no gain. If he was incomplete, it's no gain, and if he caught it, it's no gain. Either way, and officially a loss of about a yard. But if Tillery had caught it, he might have had some space, but he caught it and then sort of fell. Snap, fakes to Tillery. Burkett runs up the middle with a little bit of space on a quarterback draw. He'll gain 3 and make it a more manageable 3rd and 8 from the 23. Eagles trail by 11, so if they can get into field goal range, and I don't know what range is for Sheehan, if he can get into field goal range, they'll have an opportunity to cut it to a one-possession game. But let's see if the Eagles can see what the Eagles can do here. 3rd and 8. Snap to Burkett. Looks over the defense, gets around the rush, makes a nice move, has some space, gets to the 20, 15, it's a 16-yard line. It's taken out. He needed the 16. He might be short by about a yard. Hard to tell over here. Now it's decision time on 4th and, well, they're going to call it 2.5. Player down for the Lions as 2 Lions collided trying to get Burkett in the backfield. Burkett escaped and managed to gain yardage, but now it's 4th and, call it 2.5 at the 19-yard line, and now the Eagles have to figure out what they want to do. Decision time. They kick a field goal, they're back within 8. If they kick it and make it, they're back within 8. They go for it here, they're going to risk putting themselves down more than 2 possessions. So, interesting decision as there's an injury timeout on the field. While we have a moment, I want to thank everybody within the Post University Department for putting us on the air today. Again, football season, we've got many sports to cover. Please join us all season on the CACC network, on the NE10 network when appropriate, and on YouTube.com at Go Post Eagles. So it looks like the Eagle offense is going to stay on the field. 4th and 3. They got to get to the 16. 4 receivers, 2 on each side, and Emmanuel next to Burkett in the pistol. Back to pass is Burkett. Burkett steps up over the middle. He's not going to get it there. Pocket collapse. He tried to hit Colin running over the middle, and the ball is 5 yards short. So the Eagles decide not to try the field goal and instead go for it on 4th and 3, and they come up short and turn the ball over with 3:15 to go in the third quarter, trailing 30-19. So the Lions back on the field, 1st and 10, as Isaiah Freeman, a sophomore out of Chester, Pennsylvania, has had a solid day. 2 receivers left, and one of them, Malachi Langley, who's been all over the place. Back, Freeman looks for Langley, fakes, and now Langley runs right up the middle, and it's picked off! The ball is too far, this could be another touchdown, and it's going to be touchdown Eagles, and it's Emmanuel Higgins again! He's having the game of his life! The freshman out of Baltimore, Maryland, has a 95-yard blocked field goal return, and now an interception return of 35 yards. As I was just saying, Freeman looking for Langley. They did like a pump fake to Langley, who kept running, and Freeman overthrew him, and the only one there was Higgins, who picked it off and went for a touchdown. And the amount of interesting plays in this game is off the charts. It's going to be hard to go over all these things. But more importantly, the Eagles now trail 30-25 and are going to go for 2 with 3:04 to go. If you want wild, wacky football, this is it for you, folks. And we'll try to go over some of this stuff in a minute, but this has been crazy, and the Eagles are going to call a timeout before they go for 2. So a 40-yard interception return by Emmanuel Higgins has cut this from 30-19 to 30-25. So let's go over some of this in case you missed it and in case with some of the audio difficulties. The Lions have had an overshot punt snap, a blocked punt, a safety against them, a field goal block for a touchdown, an extra point blocked, an interception return against them for a touchdown. The Eagles have had an overshot snap on a punt that actually got off as a punt, and they've had a interception returned against them for a touchdown. It's been one of the most wacky and amazing football games you've ever seen. Eagles took a 19-16 lead and gave it back in 2 minutes, and were trailing 30-19, just gave the ball away on a 4th and 3, and then they get an interception return for a touchdown. This has been an amazing football game if you like weird, wacky stuff. And now they're going for 2, trailing 30-25 to make this a one-possession game again. Emmanuel takes the ball on the direct snap, but he's not going to get close to the goal line. He's taken down at the 2. And despite some hands going up in the air on the sideline, that's about 2 yards short. So the Eagles don't get the 2-point conversion and now trail 30-25. Not to mention the special teams touchdown that the Lions scored that call back on a holding penalty, and a couple of other long special teams returns. This has been, if you can think of it in a football game, we've had it here today. Long receptions for a touchdown, rushing for a touchdown, interceptions returns for a touchdown, blocked field goal for a touchdown, blocked extra point, safety, blocked punt. I'm going to have to do a lot of work after this game to figure out all of these wacky things that have happened and what kind of potential records have occurred here, because this has been insane. And all of that, by the way, to give credit, as I was trying to Isaiah Freeman, who's had a good day. But Malachi Langley, the sophomore wide receiver of Chester, Pennsylvania, has had a phenomenal day with 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion caught. Well over 130 yards on the day. And the Eagle offense hasn't been great, but has benefited by a special teams touchdown and a defensive touchdown, and they trail 30-25. So here's a kick, and it looks like it's going to be by number 16, who goes short, wobbly, and caught by 46. We'll get that information in a minute. Maybe that's why the Eagles went for it on 4th and 3. Is 16 is Joshua Sosa, quarterback out of Chelsea, Mass. He did the kickoff, so I don't know what happened to Christian Sheehan. And more importantly, it was caught by Jefferson Brentes Deska, the freshman out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So I don't know what happened to Christian Sheehan. Emmanuel Higgins, by the way, as I mentioned, Malachi Langley having the 2 touchdowns for the Lions. Higgins has the field goal block for the touchdown and the interception return for the touchdown. So hopefully I've got you all caught up. Lions have 1st and 10. Hand the ball off to number 22, Carter, and he's going to get about 9 yards officially, right to midfield, and is taken down there. Haven't had a ton of penalties in this game either, which is a boon for the Eagles, who struggled at times last year with penalties. They haven't had too many today. Both teams really have. It's been a good game. No personal fouls. A couple holds, a couple offsides. All in all, a pretty clean game by both teams. And Carter on the 9-yard run. Snap. Hand to Carter again. He goes right up the middle. He might have fumbled the ball, and I think the Eagles got it. Let's see if the referee said he stopped momentum. Couple of things here. Let's see if they blew the whistle dead, saying forward progress was stopped. Looked like he was keeping churning. But that's what they're going to say. So it's 3rd and 1, stopped right at midfield. A break for the Lions. They've had a couple of these breaks as well. Again, if you haven't been with us, and I know we lost a little bit with some of the technical difficulties, craziness in this game as they go high formation, 3rd and 1. Fake the handoff to the fullback, goes up the middle, and that should be enough to Carter for the first down, who I think got 2, and he only needed 1. I apologize, it's number 20, who by the way, we also have number 20, who we have no name for. He's got a touchdown in this game as well, so just add it to the wackiness. Here in Waterbury this afternoon, 30-25. Lions driving, 1:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Eagles. 1st and 10, I formation, receivers to either side. Fakes the handoff to the running back and keeps going back to Freeman. He steps away from the rush, throws it deep down the sideline to Langley. This could be picked. It is not. The touchdown to Langley, who has been all over the place today, and Higgins tried to jump it, but jumped it 3 yards too short, and one pass down the field for 48 yards. That's going to put Langley with 3 touchdowns close to 200 yards. And the Lions go up 36-25. With 1:05 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And here's where the gap is that the Eagles have a special teams touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and an offensive touchdown. And the offense hasn't been great. So got to figure out a way to get some offensive points. They're trailing by 11. Looks like they're going to go for 2 again. Which, again, because of all the special teams issues that the Lions have had, it puts them in this weird position. If they can kick the extra point, they'd be up 12, which means 2 touchdowns by the Eagles. If they go for 2 and they miss, they're only up by 11, which means a field goal, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion for the Eagles. That's been this kind of craziness that this game has led us to. But we will see what is going to happen. I want to thank you again for joining us wherever you are on the network today. I'm Jeff Nelson, up in the hot, sweaty, steamy press box, where saunas are good. I'm probably going to lose about 10 pounds sitting up here today. Definitely going to have to take this shirt back to the dry cleaner, as the Lions will go for 2, up by 11. no more faith in their special teams, and snap to Freeman. Freeman rolls out to the far side right, looking for anybody, throws it in the middle, and it hits the ground, so no good. And again, the talk of how the special teams are, and again, I don't know if their kicker is hurt for some reason. Well, he's actually out there making the kick-offs, but they have gone away from Jandayan and extra points and field goals due to the problems, and there's a situation where an extra point was probably what they really needed. Instead, going for 2, if they could have gotten the extra point, and you block extra point, you're still at 11. You go for 2, you miss it, you're still at 11, but you probably give yourself a better chance. Again, I'm just a play-by-play guy in a broadcast booth, but watched a lot of football in my life, and I know the struggles, but that's a benefit to the Eagles that they went for 2 and missed it, as it's still a 2-possession game, at least a non-touchdown 2-possession game. But the benefit in the Lions' behalf is that the Eagle offense has struggled with Burkett throwing 2 interceptions, and the Eagles only getting touchdowns on blocked field goals and interception returns. So, wacky game, 36-25. Eagles trail with 1:05 remaining here in quarter number 3. Jandayan back to kick again. Colin and Tracy switch sides this time. And this time he goes to the same spot, but Tracy is standing there. Tracy takes it on a hop at the 15, 20, 25, 30, right up the middle, 40, 45, 50, one man to beat, he gets around the kick at 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, makes it veer, 10, he's down at the 5. And all the special teams woes for the Lions continue. No flags on the play, and Josh Tracy, and you saw the special teams move by the Eagles. Jandayan's been kicking it to the far side left the entire game. Colin and Tracy switched spots. Tracy got it that time and blew down the field 80 yards on the kickoff return, and the Eagles have first and goal in the red zone at the 5-yard line with 53 seconds to go, and here's an opportunity for the Eagles to get right back in the game again. Coaching staff for both teams might just pull their hair out when they watch the film later on. First and goal from the 5, Burkett fakes the handoff. He tries to go off tackle. He's at the 5, and he gets about a yard. Burkett tried to get the corner. If he got the corner, he might have gotten to the end zone, but instead only got about a yard. Nice job defensively by 36, Jace Jones, freshman out of Largo, Maryland, to stay with Burkett and not buy the fake. But again, here's the advantage. Even if the Eagles can't get into the end zone, a field goal puts them within 1 possession, and that's again, one of those special teams issues that we've been talking about. Second and goal from the 4. One receiver right, one receiver left. Man in motion is handed the ball, and it's Emmanuel to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown! Eagles into the west. Isaiah Emmanuel goes, and the Eagles right back to within 5. Actually, they're within 5, correct, 36-31 with 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Isaiah Emmanuel on a 4-yard run. Isaiah Rush, who caught the touchdown pass, was in motion. And the Eagles will go for an extra point here, which doesn't make sense. But then there's a timeout. Are the Eagles calling a timeout? There's another interesting thing. 3 timeouts on extra point attempts in the second half. 3. Watched a lot of football. This is one of the wackiest things I've ever seen. I'm going to keep using that term, because this game has had everything. Just about everything. I don't even know. Fumble recovery for a touchdown. I think that's what we're missing. We've had rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, punt return for punt blocks, field goal blocks for a touchdown, safeties. If we were playing Canadian football, we just need a rouge. That's about the only thing we're missing here. But the Eagles down 5, 36-31, 10 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Score a touchdown on a 4-yard run by Isaiah Emmanuel, the junior from Providence, Rhode Island. And I think the Eagles are actually going to go for the extra point, which might not be the craziest thing, but they'll get them to within 4. Playing the odds a little bit. Still a lot of time left. Think about all the points scored in this quarter. We'll get to that in a minute, too. So Sheehan is back out there for the extra point attempt. Snap, spot, kick is almost blocked, and it goes through. 36-32. And that means both teams have scored 20 points in this quarter because it was 16-12 at halftime. Craziness here in Waterbury at Municipal Stadium with 10 seconds to go. And I don't really want to say anything because there's still 10 seconds to go in the quarter. But what may happen here? 36-32 in the third quarter with 10 seconds to go. It was 16-12 at the half. The Eagles have scored a touchdown on a field goal block, an interception return for a touchdown, and a rushing play after an 80-yard kickoff return. The Lions have scored touchdowns on a interception return for a touchdown. Malachi Langley doing everything humanly possible that he can do in this game. And a 5-yard run by number 20, who's not in our playbook. Here's the kickoff. It's short and up in the air. It's going to bounce at the 30. It's going to stay in bounds and go to the 20, and Langley has it. Langley makes a nice move to get away and gets about 5 yards before getting out of bounds, but confusion, and Malachi Langley picked it up at the 15, got to the 27, and some jaw-jacking between players on both teams as Malachi Langley was in the post bench, but he's had a day, and he made something out of nothing with 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So last play of the third quarter, ball at the 29-yard line, Lions going right to left for the last time in this quarter. Langley one-on-one with Higgins on the right, trips to the left. Sorry, 2 receivers to the left. Snap, handoff to Gerald, who spins and maybe gets 2.5 out to the 32, and that ends one of the craziest third quarters you've ever seen, maybe in college football history. At 20-20 in third quarter scoring points, but 36-32 on the scoreboard. Lions here in Waterbury. Whew, we're going to take 30 seconds to catch up. CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. We'll be right back. Start of the fourth quarter in an incredibly entertaining football game here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Lincoln leads post 36-32. Lincoln has the ball 2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line. The fourth quarter brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus or to apply, go to post.edu. Lions going left to right in their white jerseys in the fourth quarter. The Eagles in their dark grays going right to left. Snap to Freeman, who throws it over here to Malachi Langley, who gets ahead of steam and is taken down, gets over the line to the first down. He's being pushed into the bench area as Langley is a load to take down. Again, I don't have his height and weight, but you can see from here that's a solidly built, tall Division II receiver, and he might be one of those kids who moves up a level and tries to play because he's got that kind of talent, at least based on what we saw last week in Clarion and what we're seeing here. 1st and 10 Lions at the 44. Snap to Freeman, hands it off to Gerald, who goes up the middle, gains 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards, all the way over midfield to the 47-yard line of the Eagles, who trail by 4 with 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 36-32 Lions. 2nd and 1 from the 47-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Langley here on the far right, near side. far right for Freeman, near side to us. Snap to Freeman, who fakes the handoff, tries to get away from the defender, and he does. He gets the first down and gains about 4 more yards behind it. As in the backfield for the Eagles was 44 Parker. And Freeman, who's played well, makes a fake move to gain the first down. Sorry, that was actually 99, not 44, Andre Blank. 1st and 10 from the 41. Hands off to Joe. He goes right up the line again to the 35. Breaks a tackle. Eagles trying to punch the ball if they can't, but he gained 8 yards on that play. And it's 2nd and 2. The interesting thing here is, are the Lions at a point now where they're just going for touchdowns no matter what? And they've maybe lost faith in their special teams kicker. Maybe they've lost faith in every special teams department the way things are going today. But the Lions have been very successful offensively, and they continue to drive with the crowd yelling defense. Snap, spot, hold, takes a bounce off Krivka and gains another yard, so a loss of a yard as Krivka hit him 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but Gerald dove ahead to lose only 2, and it's 3rd and 5. Position on the field would probably indicate this is 4-down territory, but 3rd and 5, crowd yelling defense. Receivers on either side, Malachi Langley on the far side left this time. 22 Carter in the backfield next to Freeman. Snap to Carter, gives to Freeman, who trips almost and gets hit 5 yards past where he handed the ball off, and that maybe not. It might be a half-yard short. From here I thought he got it, but he looks to be a half-yard short, and he is. It's 4th and 1. Now, no doubt you're going to go for it here, given everything that's going on, but 4th and 1 is 1. Wishbone-style formation again. Triple option formation, really. Everybody bunched together. 11:55 to go. Trying to get him to jump. He fumbled the ball. He moved ahead, but he's probably going to get enough for the first down, and the official marks it instantaneously as he got to the 30, which is what he needed. Freeman took it, fell forward, and there's an Eagle down. It's to the 35-yard line. Timeout on the field. Down on the field is Emir Johnson. 1st and 10, it's going to be at the 30 for the Lions. 11:44 to go in the 4th quarter in one of the wackiest football games you'll have ever seen. Johnson gets up, is able to walk off on his own power, a good sign for the Eagles. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 30, who probably are in touchdown or bust mode. All of the Lions huddled up on the far side of the field as they get ready to run their 1st and 10 play from the 30. The Eagles have to figure out a way to hold them to fewer than a field goal. If they can manage to do that, they'll have a chance with the ball to do something offensively. But I'm not sure the Lions are going for any more extra points or field goals in this game. But let's see. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Handoff up the middle to Carter, who gets swallowed whole this time by the Eagle defense and gets a yard maybe at the most. First one in there was 56, Ray Martin Jr., the freshman out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, to make that play. 2nd and 9 from the 29. Have to watch out that the Lions run, and then Malachi Langley wide open. He's got 3 touchdowns in this game and a 2-point conversion. He's far left. Handoff again up the middle to Carter. He gets some momentum and gains about 4. It's 3rd and 5. Another Eagle down, and 99 gets up. I thought he was hurt, but no, it's Andre Blank who gets up. 3rd and 5. It'll be interesting to see if the Eagles can somehow hold them here, what the Lions do, but I can't imagine they're going for any more field goals. 2 receivers left where Malachi Langley is, 1 to the right. High snap, handoff again to Carter, and Carter's going to get stopped 3 yards behind, and then a helmet pops off, and let's see if that's illegal hands to the face, and that's going to make for an interesting call. He got tackled at the 24. A helmet went flying off. That was 54, Jalen Kelly, the defensive lineman on a Naugatuck. That's got to be hands to the face. But the officials are talking about it, so it's either, well, it really depends on what the call is. Setting up for 4th and 4. And the call appears to be against the Eagles, which is going to be an automatic first down. Referee didn't really make any signals. He just kind of, I don't know what signals those were. But I think this is on the Eagles. Let's see. He still hasn't he made a signal at the bench, but he didn't make an actual penalty signal. So let's see. Nobody has moved. Lions are pointing at the Eagles. Eagles are pointing at the Lions. Referee finally comes over. He's calling a personal foul on the Eagles. I don't know what the personal foul is for, but that's going to be an automatic first down. With 10:27 to go in quarter number 4, that gives the Lions an automatic first down. And there again, an opportunity for the Eagle defense to get off the field. Bad timing on a bad penalty. So the ball is now on the 14-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lions. I formation, receivers to either side. Handoff to the fullback, who gets ahead of steam up the middle. That's a big kid who gets taken down close to the 6. Call it the 7, 2nd and 3. 10 minutes to go, and this game's gone from this wacky pace to this slowdown here to start the 4th quarter. Eagles need to get a stop, or at least hold them to a field goal attempt. 2nd and 4 from the 7. Snap, gives it to Gerald this time, who's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. It was Gerald who took it off left tackle. And the personal foul burns the Eagles, and they trail again by double digits once more. It's 43-32. One of the linemen for the Lions is down. He manages to get up under his own power. That's 78 Anglin, who gets off. That was Gerald with the 7-yard touchdown run. With 9:40 remaining in quarter 4, it's 42-32. Let's see if they go for 2 or try for the extra point. And again, the extra point here puts them up 11. If they don't get this 2-point conversion, it's only a 10-point game. A lot of strategy at this point, or a lot of no faith in the Lions' place kicking. Trips to the right. Watch a quarterback draw here. Timeout Lions. And again, the 4th time in the second half we've had a timeout on an extra point play. The Lions, after today, will play Fayetteville State in Fayetteville, North Carolina in a CIAA game next Saturday at 6 p.m. So if you're a Lions fan, a week from today in Fayetteville, North Carolina, go from Waterbury to Fayetteville a week from today. The Eagles will have their second home game of the season a week from today versus Bentley University here at Municipal Stadium. Pregame 12:45, kickoff at 1 o'clock. On the CACC network and youtube.com/go-post-Eagles. Tickets are free to come in, but you got to pay $1 a person and come in and watch the game. We've got a good crowd here today, but the Eagle fans, your Eagle players need your support. So get out here and help them by giving your support. So we're back again, this time twins to the right, one to the left. Wouldn't be surprised to see a fade pass here. There it is, and Eagle fades it right back. And good defense and nicely done. Good play there by 23 Osei. And good to know I can still read a defense every once in a while. That was a pretty good setup right there. The fade pass on the left-hand side. The only shock of it all wasn't to Malachi Langley. I'm not sure why they wouldn't go to that side of the field, get your best receiver in one-on-one. But, again, because they choose not to go for the extra point, now the Eagles only trail by 10. Now it's a touchdown, extra point, and a field goal. Strategy by Coach Schultz earlier, instead of going for 2 to try to make it 8. So, excuse me, instead of trying to make it 3, they went for the extra point to make it 4. Now they're only down 10. But 2 things need to happen. The Eagles offense has to get some points, although here's a special teams moment again where the Lions have been awful. I mean, you can't say anything more about it. They've been awful on special teams today. The Eagles have been phenomenal, but the Eagle offense has been bad where the Lions offense has been great. So Eagles need to get something done here, and right now, again, being smart, they're putting Colin and Tracy just kind of in the middle of the field. Of course, both teams were standing on the wrong side of the field, so they have to switch sides. Just adding to the wackiness here today. So Colin and Tracy back to receive. They've been on either side of each other. Now in the middle, trying to force Jandayan to kick it. Probably, it appears they want to kick it to Tracy. The Eagles want him to kick it to Tracy. Wouldn't surprise me if Jandayan just kind of pops it up in the air at this point, because I can't imagine he wants to kick it to Tracy. But let's see. They move Tracy in that spot, and he kicked it right on the ground. A 10-hopper that Tracy grabs on the ground at the 23-yard line. So, best of all options, hit a ground ball with a football that bounces 46 times and that nobody can get, and Tracy ends up grabbing it on the ground at the 23-yard line. So, a wise play, good call by Coach Frank Turner, taking the special teams out of this, because that's been where the Eagles have been dominant. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. The Eagles need to find a way to get an offensive score. Field goal or touchdown will do, trailing by 10. Snap, handoff to Emmanuel, who gets about a yard or two, and now keeps digging the legs and gets a couple more. He was behind the line when he got hit the first time, gained about 2 to the 25. 2nd and 8. At the 25. In one of the craziest games you will have ever seen, the Eagles trail 42-32. One receiver right, one receiver left. Now 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left, 2 running backs in the backfield in a T formation. Snap to Burkett. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, runs up the middle, and gets hit after a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 5. 5.5. With 8:48 remaining, and the Eagles have to keep the offensive drive alive. There's a punt here wouldn't be wise, so they got to figure out a way to get a first down. 3rd and 5.5 from the 27-yard line. They need the 32. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Time ticking, 8:24 to go in quarter number 4. Snap back to Burkett with time. Throws it. Heavy. Is that picked? It might be. It is not picked. And again, Ronald Thomas III, who's had a good game today. And they're going to punt. Not what I would necessarily, I mean, that's a tough option. Tough option. Frustration on the Eagles sideline as they're going to punt. Sheehan to kick to Dunbar, who's had an interception return himself and a couple of kickoff and punt returns that were well. Online, kick up in the air. Line drive is going to be short of Dunbar and take an Eagle bounce and roll to the 38 and out of bounds. So a 39-yard punt, and Sheehan hobbling off, clearly in pain, but still trying to kick. So he's got a sleeve on his right leg, so clearly in pain, doing the best he can. And that may explain, too, why the Eagles did some things they did earlier in the game. You know, decisions you can look at. So, ball at the 38, Lions with possession, 8:06 to go. Wouldn't be surprising if they just kind of pound the ball here. 20's out there right now as the running back. 1 receiver left, 2 right. Fake the jet sweep, kept by Freeman, who gets 10 yards, 11 and 12 as he went off tackle. But there's a flag on the play. Or is that a towel? No, I'm sorry, that's not a towel. That's not a flag, that's a towel. First down, Freeman. Wouldn't surprise me here if the Lions just slow this game down to a crawl and pound the ball as much as they can right now. 7:45 to go in the fourth quarter. 42-32. Eagles trailing the Lions. Hot and muggy here at Municipal Stadium. We thank you for joining us wherever you are. Fake the jet sweep again, but hand off to Carter, and Carter goes up the middle for 3 or 4. Eagles trying to strip the ball. Second and we'll call it 6. Taken down by Ivory Parker, the sophomore out of Buffalo, New York. 7:05 to go in the fourth quarter, 42-32. And again, watch for the handoff with Carter out there. Somebody jumped. Let's see if they're going to call defender or offense. Referee struggled to get the flag out. Ball is literally directly across from us on the line. I'm going to think, let's be honest, it was the defense that jumped. So it goes from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 1, and the defense doing anything they can to get an advantage, but jumped that time, making it 2nd and 1 from 2nd and 6, and now 7 minutes even to go and the clock running with the Lions driving. Snap, handoff to Carter, who drives up the middle, gets hit, then bounces off left tackle, keeps going. As a flag on a play, there's going to be a hold for sure, so he's going to keep running all the way down to the 13-yard line, but this is almost assuredly coming back, as there was a hold in the backfield by the Lions. Looked like 54, which is E.J. Pullins. So that's going to bring back. So 2nd and 6, goes 2nd and 1, goes 2nd and 11. And a break for the Eagles, but that does allow the Lions to keep running some clock. The Eagles have to get they need 2 scores, and offense has struggled a lot of the day. So 2nd and 11, all the way back. Looks like Carter in the backfield. Almost got him to jump again. And actually, I apologize, it's Gerald in the backfield. Almost got him to jump. Under 6 now to go. 5 on the play clock. They're just waiting. Hand it off to Gerald, who goes right up the middle again, gets the first down. And more. 35-30, goes out of bounds. And a flag late. Let's see what that is. Probably a block in the back, but that might be enough for the first down. Let's see if they put up at the 30. Let's see. They're going to call holding. So he didn't get enough to go back. That's probably going to make it 3rd and like 4. Because the hold is 8 yards past the first down mark. So let's see where they put it. That might be the 40. If it is, it's 3rd and 3. Let's see. Let's see what the official does. He goes all the way back to the 42. So that's going to make it 3rd and 4. And a break for the Eagles here. Got to get a stop, 3rd and 4. I think if they get a stop, they're going to punt it, which will give the Eagles the ball, but they're going to have to hurry, run some fast football with 5:45 to go and the clock ticking. Trips left. They go 5 wide receivers, but watch Freeman to do a quarterback draw. Snap to Freeman, who's going to pass the ball. Looks for it over the middle, throws it first down to Terrell, who's at the 30, 25-20. Makes a spin move to the 15. He's still going. 30. They're trying to let the ball out of his hands, and the ball does not come out. And Terrell makes a nice play through the pass. Confidence in your quarterback and your wide receivers. And Hunter Terrell, the junior wide receiver, caught it and gained 28 yards to put the ball on the 15-yard line with 5 minutes to go and the clock ticking. 5 minutes to go on the clock ticking. Eagles got to figure out a way to get a ball and get a stop and get the ball and get 2 scores. Sounds like a lot, but the way this game is going, you never know. 1st and 10, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. This ball's got to go to Gerald, you'd think. Nope, Freeman keeps it. He throws it, and Terrell is tackled immediately on a nice play by 22, Amir Johnson. So a no gain means 2nd and 10 with the clock ticking, 4 minutes to go. Eagles have to figure out a way to get the ball. Two receivers left, 1 to the right. Under 4 minutes to go. Fake the jet sweep again, and Freeman will carry it right up the middle. There's nobody there, and he slides 5 yards from the end zone. I think he got the first down, which is going, nope, they're going to call him a yard short, actually. He started his slide at the 7, which will make it 3rd and 1 with 3:40 to go on the clock ticking. Eagles only have 2 timeouts remaining. And the Lions have done a great job of just slowing this football game down. One receiver left, one receiver right, I formation with 3:20 to go, and they're just letting the clock tick. 10 on the game clock, on the play clock. Freeman hands it to the big fullback, goes up the middle, will get the yard he needs over the 5 for 1st and goal. That's London Thomas again. Well, anytime they need 1 yard or 2 yards, they've been giving him the ball, and now the Lions 1st and goal with 3 minutes to go. Clock still ticking. First and goal, 2:42 to go, and the clock ticks away, 14 on the play clock. And the Lions are going to take as much time as they can at this point. They've grinded the wacky 3rd quarter to a halt. It's grinded to a halt as they go into a wishbone formation. Handed to the up back, who gets it, and the up back in this case is Thomas, who gains a yard or 2 with 2:20 to go, and the clock's still ticking. Coach Schultz not using one of his 2 timeouts. It's 2nd and goal from the 3. They're going to let all 40 seconds tick off the clock here. 20 seconds remaining on the play clock. Now at 2 minutes even on the game clock. Same formation. Handoff again to Thomas, who pushes toward the end zone. And is he in? Nobody has made a signal yet. He is short. Looks like he's short, but he's literally an inch from the goal line. Timeout. Lions. 1:32 to go. The Lions call a timeout, which is interesting. With 1:32 to go, the Lions are now out of timeouts. I have no idea why the Lions didn't just let the clock run and then call a timeout, or at least force the Eagles to make a timeout call. But what was exciting and entertaining is grinded to a halt with the Lions just dominating the offensive line and dominating down the field, and it prevented the Eagle offense from really doing anything here in the 4th quarter. 3rd down with 1:32 to go. The Eagles have to get a stop and then have to get the ball and get 2 scores. Not sure how realistic that is, but we will see. Back from the timeout we go. A heavy stacked formation. Don't be surprised if this goes to Thomas or just a quick quarterback sneak by Freeman. He hands it to Thomas, who pushes his way into the pile for a touchdown with 88 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. It's now 48-32. Lincoln University, and I think they're going to go for 2 again to try to get to the half a century mark. Again, just goes to show that the Lions want little or nothing to do with special teams at this point, given how it has played out. But 88 seconds to go, they lead by 16. This is actually a big 2-point conversion because it's still technically 2 possessions if they don't score. Hand the ball off up the middle. He's taken down, and they stop him short. So actually a big 2-point conversion in the craziness of this game. Instead of it being a 3-possession game by going for the extra point, it's still a 2-possession game because the Eagles can score 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Now, don't know how likely that's going to be with 88 seconds to go, but we have seen weirder in sports. So The Eagles, believe it or not, still alive. Don't forget to join us a week from today, Saturday, September 16th versus Bentley University here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Pregame 2:45, kickoff at 1 p.m. If you can't be here live, free tickets, $10 to park. Join us on the CACC network or youtube.com at Go Post Eagles. .88 seconds remaining. Kickoff by the Lions to the Eagles. They lead by 16. And this time it's Emmanuel and Tracy back for the kick as they've moved him up. A ground ball again popped high in the air to Hill, who gets it at the 30-yard line. He slides down to 35. So the Eagles need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. Ball will actually be at the 34. First and 10. .86 seconds to go. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Snap. Throws it deep down the middle. He had 18 Gambino open, but overthrew him, did Burkett. And it's 2nd and 10. That was Anthony Gambino, number 18, the graduate wide receiver out of Manorville, New York. Second and 10. 81 seconds remain in regulation time. Oh, there's a flag. I apologize. There's a flag on the field, which I did not see. It looks maybe like a personal foul because they're moving at 15 yards, so it might have been pass interference. Something more. So a break for the Eagles. The ball is moved up to the 49-yard line. Did not see the flag. Did not see the call, but break for the Eagles. Trips left, 1 wide receiver to the right. Whistle blows, snap back to Burkett, delayed. I'm surprised that wasn't a foul. Throws it high in the air, dangerously out of bounds. And it's 2nd and 10. That was a lot of different things. It looked like a false start because the defense was in the backfield instantaneously. I think the false start was actually on the offense, and then Burkett had to roll to his right and throw it away, which he at least got it out of bounds for an incomplete pass. There's a flag, intentional grounding. I don't know how that was intentional grounding when he's outside the pocket. He rolled far enough away. So the Coach Schultz is a little apoplectic on the sidelines, and I don't blame him on that one. But so you go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 20 because you lose it down. You lose the down on that play. Still not sure whether there should have been a offsides call to begin with, but doesn't matter. 75 seconds to go. Snap to Burkett. Throws it over the middle. It's caught. It's popped up in the air, and it falls harmlessly to the ground after going off the hands of Isaiah Rush. Third down and 20 from the 35-yard line. Twins on either side. And Twins on either side. But the official stops play for something so they can all talk to each other. It's third down, that I know. All the officials still talking. I don't know what they're talking about. It's 3rd and 20. I don't know what we missed here that would result in anything other than that. But the excitement of the third quarter has grinded this game to a halt here in the fourth quarter. And credit the Lincoln University Lions for that. They have dominated the line of scrimmage, and they have dominated offensively. They've been very good defensively. Special teams have been a nightmare. Deep down the field, high and deep, but the only one there is number 29, Ronald Thomas III, who intercepts his second ball of the game. And that will do it here in Waterbury today. As even with the 2 timeouts, all the Lions really need to do is down the ball twice. Eagles had some excitement here. They had a 19-16 lead at one point. Quickly gave it back. It was 30-19. They cut it to 30-25. Got it to 36-25 and 36-32, which is the closest the Eagles were right at the start of the fourth quarter. But since the start of the fourth quarter, it has been total offensive and defensive control by the Lincoln University Lions, who are going to go to 1-0 on the season. Victory formation for the Lions. I don't think Coach Schultz is going to use his timeouts, but let's see. Freeman gets the ball and puts a knee on the ground. No timeouts called. Players slapping hands with each other with a minute to go. Still going to have to run one more play before we call it a game here in Waterbury today. Thank you to everybody here in the booth, in the crew, engineering staff, the athletic directing staff, and the media staff here today for putting this one together. The home opener, good crowd, getting everything where we need to go. We apologize for some of the difficulties we had early in the game and midway through the game, but hopefully you were able to stick with us and join us for this game. Snap to Freeman, who for some reason was in a shotgun. Need it to the ground. That should do it. No timeouts being called, and that will do it here in Waterbury. Final score, Lincoln University goes to 1-0 on the season. Sorry, it goes to 1-1 on the season, while your Eagles fall to 0-2 today. Final score, Lincoln University 48, Post University 32. No post-game show today because we don't have all the stats or be able to go through that because we've had some of those technical difficulties. So we will thank you for joining us on the CACC network and the YouTube.com at Go Post Eagles. Join us at those same locations a week from today against Bentley University. Pre-game 12:45, kickoff at 1 o'clock. I'm Jeff Nelson here in Waterbury. Final score, Lincoln University 48, Post University 32. We'll see you a week from today on CACC Network and YouTube.com at Go Post Eagles. Have a good evening, everybody.